And we are bound and determined we are going to get through this day positively. Nile Nickle with us. Nile, how are you, sir?
Well, I'm doing good, but I'm sure I'll get much better.
That is awesome. So Nile Nickle, you can find him on the old Twitter machine at Nile Nickle. And Nile, what do you have for us today, my friend?
Well, it seems like everything in the world around us is artificial anymore.
Yes.
But the latest, greatest thing that they've come out with is artificial blood. And you might say, what and why? Well, it turns COVID-19 has depleted blood supplies, and so they're just not able to get as much blood as they need. There's a few universities around the world that have been researching artificial blood, and they're ready to try it out in humans now. So the next blood transfusion you get, if you happen to need one, might be of the artificial type.
Fantastic. It's Nile Nickle. He's with us today here on our program, Coast to Coast and Border to Border. You can find him on Twitter at Nile Nickle. So what other crazy technological news do you have for us?
Well, Amazon just last week was the third company to receive FAA approval for drone flights to deliver its packages, which is now bringing them one step closer to their goal of delivery times of 30 minutes or less. I guess they want to compete with Domino's and the pizzas, who knows. But nevertheless, Amazon Prime Air, Anonymous Unmanned Aircraft Systems, got the approval. That makes them, as I said, third behind Google's parent company, which is called Wing Aviation, and UPS Flight Forward. None of the companies have implemented any of the drone deliveries yet, but you know what? We've got Christmas season coming up. We've got COVID on our doorsteps. I suspect you might see some drone deliveries from some of these companies before the end of the year.
Fantastic. It's Nile Nickle. He's with us today here on our big broadcast. You can find him on the Twitter machine, Nile Nickle. He's an independent freelance science, technology, social media reporter, and he's with us today here on our big program. So there are a lot of things happening around the world, technology-wise. Nile Nickle always brings it to us each and every week. So what else do you have for us?
So, we've got hackers coming at us like crazy. In fact, I'm going to talk about one specific hack. But before I get to that, Microsoft just today launched their September 2020 patch that fixes 129 various vulnerabilities in their products, from Windows to Windows Office to a number of other Microsoft products. So make sure, including, by the way, your Chrome internet browser, there were 89 patches for that, by the way. Make sure you update all of these systems, because 20 of these were classified as critical. And that means that, they were pretty dangerous and pretty easy for people to get into your system. So make sure you've got the latest and greatest updates on all your Microsoft products, including your Chrome browser. And I think I said I was going to mention one other thing that's going on, and
Yes.
It is just exploding lately. And that is text spamming, where people spam you with a notice that they've got a package for you from UPS or the U.S. Post Office or whatever, and they're saying that they're from that organization. But if you click on the link that's in there to make sure that you could get your package delivered, you just gave the hackers complete authorization to your system, and they could do basically whatever they want. Don't click the links.
Wow, that's a hell of a deal. Now, how do people get involved with you, my friend, online and everything else?
I like to chat with everybody. They could get me on, as you say, that Twitter machine, at Nile Nickle, Nile like the river, nickel like the coin, or they could talk with me on Facebook